Okay, I'm here with Elaine Wilson, and we've been friends and she for 18 years. And I used to live in Washington State, and I taught Elaine how to quit smoking. And Elaine, tell us a little bit about uh, coming in. I held a free informational meeting 18
Yes.
years ago, and you showed up. And tell us, like, what it was like to come into that meeting, first of all.
Whew, it's so funny. Well, it's so good to see you. And yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday, to be honest, because I had tried everything, of course, to quit, and so that caught my eye. The seminar, free seminar at the hospital, caught my attention. So that I'll go check it out. I didn't tell anybody I was going,
Uh-huh.
uh, and so I was very skeptical that it would work. Uh, and I didn't tell anybody I was going through the class except for one friend, and that
Uh-huh.
didn't go so well. But anyway, yeah, so that was how it started, how I first met you
Uh-huh.
and took your
So,
class. And
so what
like,
was life like before you quit smoking? And what are some of the things that you said you tried a lot of things
oh,
to quit?
yes, I had some good sayings. I said I was a professional quitter.
Uh-huh.
And then I would say I was a quitter, or I would say, yeah, I would quit, but who likes a quitter? So I made all these excuses because I couldn't quit, and I would quit, but I'd quit for a day or I'd quit for 2 days, and it just got to the place where I just gave up trying to quit. I tried things like I remember one time I threw my cigarettes out the window, and then of course I had to pull the car over because I don't litter, and I had to go back and pick them up, and I hadn't ran over them, so I just had a cigarette. Did that one. I remember one time I came home and I was so disgusted that I couldn't quit. And I had heard somebody say you could put water in your cigarettes in the cigarette case, and so that's how you can quit. So I did that, threw them in the trash, threw myself on the couch, was crying, 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 and then finally got myself all put back together. And I kid you not, I got the cigarettes out of the trash. I rolled them on a cookie sheet, and they weren't like cigarettes. They were actually like fire going through. But I was just completely disgusted with myself that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't quit. I tried everything. I could go on. The only thing I hadn't tried was hypnosis, because that scared me a little more than smoking.
Okay. And so what was your cutoff date that you quit
My
smoking?
cutoff date was November 15th, 2002, which was
Okay.
18.
18 years ago?
Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
I don't even think of it's like I just having gone through the class, I feel like I never smoked. When I would quit before, like I said, I was a professional quitter, and so I would quit, but I always knew it was a matter of time. Cigarettes were always on my mind constantly. I had to know where my lighter was. I had to leave family events early. I hid them in my car, like nobody could get in my car, and my car never smelled like cigarettes because I had the window down. That was my thought.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so my whole life revolved around smoking. Everything did. And after I went through, you taught me how to quit. It's like I never smoked. It's not like I was a smoker and I'm trying to always think to not have a cigarette. It's just not even part of my daily. I know it's kind of, even talking about it now, it's kind of shocking
Yeah.
how.
And I remember when before we were going to get on this call, you said, you know what my cutoff date was? We had to kind of figure it out because it's just like a non-issue for you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And the only reason I remember mine is just because I talk about it all the time in my classes.
right, right.
And so, how is life different as a non-smoker for you?
Wow. So it's hard to describe. It's almost like a different, well, so 18 years. Yeah. And I think about the things that I've been able to accomplish in the last 18 years. So one thing about when I did smoke, I felt like I didn't have control of my life. Like I had no control of my life basically, because I couldn't quit this stupid little cigarette. Little cigarette was controlling my life in a weird, I mean, kind of, this is all in retrospect, right? I didn't realize that at the time.
Right.
But after I was able to quit and not crave it, and it took time to get used to being a non-smoker. But in fact, looking at my resume, it kind of blows me away that I've been able to pull it together and have a career, and I've been able to quit other bad habits I had, not quite as easily as your program. I always said I wish it worked for everything else, but it works for smoking, and that was the main thing. Right. So yeah, so I think now I have control of my life. I can plan. I can go see people when I want. It's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, sometimes I get a little emotional because I'm so grateful that I got my freedom back. Really, that's really what it boils down to.
Right. And over the years, you must have saved like a ton of money.
Oh, I should be a millionaire. I remember saying that I would quit when cigarettes got to $4 a pack, I think. Does that sound right? About 18 years ago? I was like, when it gets to $4, I'm quitting for sure. Might even have been $3.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever that bar was, obviously I kept moving it. But yeah, I don't know how much cigarettes are today, but I think I was a pack a day smoker. So what are they today? What are they cigarettes cost today?
I think they're between in Washington State, I had to kind of look it up before we talked, and I think it's between $8 and $10 a pack. So
yeah, $10 a day.
Yeah,
that's $70. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I can't even calculate the amount of money.
Right.
I should have more money than I do probably, but yeah. So it's.
And so you're kind of different also because I've kept in touch with you over the years, and I actually trained you to teach nicotine solutions, and you taught for 6 years or something in the hospital.
Yeah.
And how was that to teach people how to quit smoking?
Okay, well, yeah, so cat's out of the bag. When I first met you, I didn't like you necessarily in the beginning because I was a smoker and I didn't believe that whatever you were talking about was going to work, which is why I told nobody I was going through the class. And then it worked. And I was just like, how did that happen? Like, I just, and I was very studious, as you probably remember, we had assignments and I did those assignments, and I was all in because I knew it wasn't going to work anyway. So, yeah. So then I don't know how it came about, but I asked if I could train or if I could teach it, or I don't remember how that all happened, but yeah, I taught at the hospital for 6 years. And, I mean, it was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, it's up there. Because of being able to give people their lives back.
Now,
having them come into the class and being so kind of beat down, shut down, hopeless, and then watching, I don't want to give, too much away, but yeah, it was a great experience to be able to give that gift back to people.
So if you were to give some advice on somebody that's smoking and taking a look at this program to say, well, why is it any different from anything else? What advice would you give them, or what would you tell them?
Oh, I know. So we did talk about this. So I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yeah.
So because you did know, I knew that we were going to have this conversation. So I remember if I told you that kind of what I said a minute ago was I don't really know how it happened, but I always told you there was just a little bit of magic. And so you had a magic wand, and I was like, that has to be it. That has to be it. And then when I started teaching, you gave me a magic wand,
Uh-huh.
and I have it.
Yay! You know, I don't
still,
even remember giving you a magic wand, but I guess I did.
yes. So that's my surprise for you today.
Excellent.
And I have it on my desk every day, my work desk. I work from home.
Ah,
And yeah, so I think of you often. I haven't seen you for a while, but it's so good to connect. And I don't know really how to answer that. It's just if people are interested in giving it a try, and all I can say is if you do the work, you do the assignments, and take it, one step at a time, it works. Just a little
yeah,
bit of magic.
gives you a little bit of magic. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thanks for meeting with me today. And uh, I'm sure after COVID-19 is done, we will meet again.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.